Hello everybody, my name is Martin, this is Millionaire Autobahn. Today we're talking about how to F this up, or how to F up your life. Well, it sounds a little bit dramatic, but actually it's a situation I'm sure many of you are in. So, you know that lately I actually have been traveling quite a bit. I made some videos on not to day trade while traveling, and the main reason actually for that is I actually did lose my job a couple of months back. And I'm not, afraid of that, or it's not a problem because I knew it's coming. I'm kind of, replaced by people in India, so that's fine. And I don't have a problem with it because I actually did my due diligence before. I actually have enough saving on the side, so I'm totally fine. So no problem there. So why am I saying how to F up your life? And the main problem is if you actually do not follow any routine when it comes to day trading. I think, to be honest, that's kind of the number one issue that I have, and I'm pretty sure that most people have. And especially when you're in a situation like I am, when you kind of have everything. And let me show you what I mean with having everything. So I'm taking you around a little bit on where I'm at and what I'm doing, and then I go into the nitty-gritty what I mean with that. So hold on a second, I'm actually just getting my phone here, getting my camera going. See, right here. So I'm filming me right there, so let's go into video. There we go. There you see, I'm actually filming me right there. Okay, alright, so I'm actually lucky enough to be in a place where I kind of have everything. So that's my YouTube room where I do my YouTube videos, right? Then here actually I have another YouTube room where I do some YouTube videos and for another channel, and want to do some podcasts, right? So then, there's a couple of rooms. It's a pretty big place, so then this is actually my workplace. So you can see I have pretty awesome view. Let's open this huge windows. I have a pretty awesome view. The weather is not really nice today. Big ass pool and tennis court and everything you can imagine. But this is actually how I work. So this is my setup right here. And I think it's a pretty sweet setup. Everything that you can think of. And, I can just sit there and look down to the pool, look down to the ocean, and I can, just go down and, swim whenever I want. Well, it's actually kind of, not too warm today or in general right now, but nevertheless, I have a pretty good life. Over here, I have actually, and I will have these maybe linked down below, I have my daily routine plan. I have the stock list I'm usually trading. Over here, I have actually my workout plan on how to do my workouts and stuff. And here I have actually a little bit of a workout setup, but mainly I actually do runs. So I didn't show you this to flex or anything. That was not my purpose. I just want to show you that I actually have a pretty good life. I have everything I actually need, and I cannot complain. I would not really have to work, but I actually do like day trading. That's why I have this channel. And I do want to become better at it. But the problem is the daily routine. So, as I said, I was traveling over the last couple of months quite a bit, and that actually throws me off particularly because of the time difference, of the jet lag. I'm just really bad with jet lags. If I'm, going back home and then come back here, it takes me at least like a week till I'm back into this time zone. And so this time zone I'm in is actually in Spain. And the nice thing about actually being in Spain is that the US stock exchange opens 3:30 local time, 3:30 p.m. local time. So you have all the morning to actually do your workouts, to do your healthy business, maybe take a nap before you start trading, all those things. So overall it is perfect, but it actually is not. And why is it not? So in my case, well, my loved one is actually not here with me. So that kind of, really sucks. I thought, well, being alone actually will help day trading because I can really focus on it. I'm really right there, right? But no, it's kind of like, you get up in the morning, and I actually set my timer and say I should get up at 9, right? And then I want to do my workout, maybe go on a run or something like that, right? At 11ish is maybe when I do my breakfast and maybe read some news, things like that. And maybe at 12, I might say, well, let's take a little nap for like 30 minutes, stuff like that, right? And usually like around 2:30 is when I should actually then look into what's going on in the markets around the world, how are the futures doing, and focus on the stocks I want to trade. And when 3:30 hits is when I actually should start trading. And if I'm lucky, by 5 o'clock local time, I might be done. Turn off the computer, maybe do my journal, and then I can, go out, go swimming in the ocean, sit in a bar, have a mojito, or anything like that. But that's not how this works. Not in my case. And that is the biggest problem. And I'm sure you have the same problem. Or many of you have the same problem. So, I might get up at 9, I might get up at 10, maybe it's 11. It kind of depends. And then when I'm up, I'm kind of, should I do a workout? Maybe not. Let's see. And then maybe at 12ish, let's have something to eat. Maybe go somewhere to eat. Maybe let's go to Starbucks, have a coffee. Yeah, I'm a Starbucks junkie, sorry for that, but that's just how I am. And even though I have tons of coffee shops around here, I'm still going to Starbucks. Yes, sorry for that. But the thing is, I'm not following my routine. I'm not following my own plan. And that is the downside. And the biggest problem with that is if you have, and it sounds kind of bad, but if you have enough money in the bank, you kind of think, who cares really? If I do this today, I do it tomorrow. Yeah, I do some trades tomorrow, and maybe, in a couple of days, whatever, something like that. And as soon as you start doing that, you will never become a good trader. Any business that you don't focus on, you will not succeed. And I've done a couple of businesses before, and some of them successful. I sold them. So, if you don't really have a routine, if you don't follow your plan, you will have a problem. And I'm pretty sure that many of you out there, have the same problem, following the routine, following your plan. And so with that said, I finally let's say, the last couple of days, I kind of started getting up at 9, really getting up at 9, setting my alarm, get up at 9 and start going out on a run. And it's pretty nice here because I can run along the beach, so it's not really much better than that. So that is kind of cool. And then once come back, take a shower, then have my breakfast, and start to get into this routine that is important. Without that routine, you really F up your life. It's as simple as that. But it's kind of important. And the same is true if you don't have the people that you love in your life. Because you always kind of, think of them. You kind of want to be connected with them. But you're not. You're thousands of miles away. So at the end, it is important to have your family, have your loved one around you, to be close to them. Because otherwise, there's no point, right? That's who you do this for. You don't do this just for yourself. You do this for your family, for your loved one, for your future together. That's why you do this. And so that's very, very important. So the essence of this video is not to brag what I have or anything like that. The essence of this video is you have to have a plan, you have to have a routine, you have to follow that routine down to the teeth. That is absolutely important. You cannot really deviate from it. As soon as you deviate from it, and I've done this multiple times over the last couple of months, it will not work. It will just not work. And remember, day trading can be pretty boring because you could sit there maybe for 2, 3, 4 hours and nothing's really happening. And then in my case, I'm like, let's watch a YouTube video real quick. And I watch a video in 20 minutes, and then I turn around, look at the screen, I'm like, oh damn, you know, the stock you were looking at, it finally broke out, it moved, and then you missed it. And then sometimes what often happens is you think, oh, you know, it might still go higher and higher. You go in without really thinking of it, and then, you know, you got in right at the tipping point where it goes down again, and then you lose. And then you're pissed off, and then you might do a revenge trading to get back the money you lost. Luckily, I'm not doing that. I'm not a revenge trader. If I lost the money, I'm fine with it. As I said in videos before, I have the money set aside for doing my day trading, for learning doing my day trading, and I know I will lose money, and that's fine. So never do revenge trading, right? So yes, to come back to the end of this video is how to F up your life and how to not F up your life. Follow the plan, follow your routine. You have to have a routine and make sure that the loved ones are around, that you're not just somewhere by yourself. Even though you have the perfect place, it will not actually work. You need to have your comfort zone. You need to have the people you love around you. You know, you need that, let's say that warmth, that love. You need that. I need that. And I'm pretty sure that, you know, anybody out there needs that too. That's just how humans are, that's how we are. So make sure that you have all that all that is set up. And yes, so that's it for this video. This is no financial advice. Well, there was no financial advice in the first place in this video, but this is just me actually showing you my journey in the day trading arena and my missteps and how to not actually do those missteps so that you can do better. And yeah, so that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. All right, bye.